Hello to everyone. I'm sure we are all aware of our current problems in the factory. Just to name a few, our shipments are always late, our inventory is bigger than Table Mountain, and above all, we haven't been making any profits in the past 3 months. We've all been affected by these problems, and I, as your general manager, have received the most heat from the head office. So much so that my marriage has been shaken. We have explored many options, and finally, I have found the answers. Our hope is in understanding the notion of the theory of constraint, which is well narrated in a novel titled The Goal. In this video, I will share some of the key lessons from the book, but I recommend that everyone reads this book. The first step into solving our problem is answering this million-dollar question. What is the goal of our factory? Is it to make quality products? Is it to have the fastest employees? To own the most efficient robots? Or is our goal simply to produce products in the most efficient way? No! Our number one goal is to make money. And as such, every resource we consume should be bringing us closer to making more money. That is, to maximize throughput. In this context, throughput refers to the rate at which the system generates money through sales. So we can say our goal is to increase throughput while simultaneously decreasing inventory and operational expenses. The rate at which we can realize our throughput is determined by our slowest operation. This slowest operation is called the bottleneck or the system constraint. A bottleneck resource can also be defined as any resource whose capacity is equal to or less than the demand placed upon it. It is important to understand that the bottleneck, in a sense, governs our overall throughput and inventory levels. Consequently, production time lost at the bottleneck is equal to production time lost from the entire system. We should do all we can to make sure that we never waste the time of our bottleneck resources. There are many ways this can be done, but to name a few, we can ensure that whatever is fed into the bottleneck is free of defects. Another way is to ensure that the bottleneck only works on products that cannot be worked on by other non-bottleneck resources. Freeing our bottleneck of such waste puts us in a better chance to balance the material flowing through our factory with the market demand. This will help us minimize inventory while maximizing throughput. In other words, this will help us achieve the goal. To summarize, the theory of constraints can be divided into 5 steps. When followed properly, these steps can help improve any kind of system, including our personal lives. Step 1. Identify the system's constraints or bottlenecks. Decide how to exploit the system's constraints. Subordinate everything else to exploit the system constraint. Evaluate the system's constraint. And last, if in the previous step a constraint has been broken, go back to step 1. There are many other lessons from the book, most of which supplement the overall notion of the theory of constraint. For example, the book provides basics on how to deal with inevitable phenomena like statistical fluctuations and dependent events, both of which are present in our factory. I strongly suggest that everyone gets a copy of the book, or you can even come borrow mine for free. Thank you for your time.